The Disaster Days by Rebecca Behrens. The Disaster Days is a upper middle grade contemporary survival story in which 13-year-old Hannah Steele is living on an island in Washington State when an earthquake hits the island, causes massive devastation both to the island and to the surrounding areas, and she is isolated. It's just her and then these two kids who she's been babysitting, and she has to find a way to get off this island to get them to safety and back to civilization before they get hurt or before, they run out of food and starve. So obviously in terms of stakes, The Disaster Days has really intense stakes. For a middle grade story, it's actually pretty intense. It kind of toes the line between middle grade and YA a little bit in that regard. But overall, it is a solid read. The writing is fantastic. Hannah Steele is a really engaging character. She makes both good decisions, but also makes mistakes that seem realistic for how a 13-year-old might handle a terrible situation like this. I would say that when you compare to maybe more classic middle grade or YA survival stories, something like Hatchet, The Disaster Days is honestly a little bit better, just simply because it's a little more updated, a little more modern, and the characters are a little bit more engaging overall. You don't have just one singular character, you have three, two of which are much younger, and it adds a lot of depth to the story. In general, I would just suggest you check this one out. She has other books. I haven't quite gotten to reading those yet, but in general, I would recommend reading this one. It was actually one of the inspirations for my writing Legend of Samantha Torres.